potential wonder. Outlast, outlive Toyota trucks.
As you may know, David's Cemetery is a beautiful cemetery in the heart of Kettering that offers many burial options. What you may not know is that we also have a beautiful chapel and an after-service facility called the Gathering Room. Our convenient location eliminates traveling from place to place because we can host everything from the visitation and memorial service to the committal and family gathering. Please call or stop by our office for a private tour. David's Cemetery, Generations of Care.
Elevate your kitchen or bathroom with breathtaking countertops from Stone Center of Dayton. Explore our large indoor inventory of granite and quartz, and now featuring a large selection of quartzites. We're locally owned and operated and offer in-house design help. Visit us at stonecenterofdayton.com.
Be the change you wish to see in the world with a charitable checking account through the Dayton Foundation. This free online donor-advised fund option helps you inspire change in the causes and charities that matter most to you. Learn more at DaytonFoundation.org or call 937-222-0410 to talk directly with a staff member. The Dayton Foundation, our region's community foundation since 1921. They help you help others. Let's go Flyers!
Marion's Piazza, home of Dayton's favorite pizza. Proud sponsors of Flyer basketball on WHIO Radio. Marion's has been serving award-winning Dayton-style thin-crust pizzas, giant sandwiches, and other Italian specialties in a relaxing old Italian courtyard atmosphere for more than 50 years. Come enjoy a night out at Marion's, a great gathering place for sports teams, reunions, graduation parties, birthdays, and celebrations of all sorts. With 9 area locations, you'll find a Marion's near you. Marion's and the Flyers, 2 winning Dayton traditions.
Dayton's only all-local news radio station. The power of WHIO Radio and News Center 7 means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Fortune magazine says Volkswagen's currywurst sausage is almost as popular as its cars. Volkswagen sold 8.5 million sausages and 9 million cars last year. We have 34 degrees now at 5:53.
It's 7 minutes before 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, the county billing itself as Ohio's largest playground just saw a big year for tourism.
The Warren County Convention and Visitors Bureau says 14.3 million people visited the county in 2024, breaking its record set the year before. The state of Ohio says tourism accounts for $1.7 billion annually in Warren County.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. Kings Island, Miami Valley Gaming, and the Cincinnati Open are among the most visited attractions.
Well, the markets have been selling off as consumers lose confidence in President Trump while his tariff plans unfold. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent joined NBC's Meet the Press, expressing confidence that the president's handling of the economy will long-term benefit Americans.
We are putting the policies in place that will make the affordability crisis go down, inflation moderate, and that as we set the sails, I am confident that the American people will come our way, even if some of the media narrative doesn't.
And the president recently imposed 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum, which the European Union called unjustified as it retaliated with tariffs on the U.S. goods worth more than $28 billion.
Boston celebrated St. Patrick's Day and a turning point in the American Revolution during their parade yesterday. Fox's April Baker reports.
The annual tradition celebrates the rich Irish heritage that permeates the city. It also honors the day in 1776 when British troops left Boston after a lengthy attack during the Revolutionary War.
Wallet Hub ranked Boston as the top city in the U.S. to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. WHIO News Time 555.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen on this St. Patrick's Day. According to a survey by Lotto Land, what are the Lucky Charms? And we're not talking about the cereal. So Lucky Charms, according to this survey, number one is a lucky number, followed by a bracelet, coins, ring, the ever-popular four-leaf clover, ladybugs. You ever make a wish on a ladybug, Brittany?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Socks, horseshoe rainbow, and coming in at number 10, probably should be higher on that list, underwear. Jeremy, you wearing your lucky underwear today?
No. If I had some, maybe I would. Yeah.
Commando this morning, are you?
No. I think I misspoke there.
Gotcha.
You got me.
All right, Will Taylor, who has lived a charmed life, what's your secret?
I don't believe in luck.
You don't believe in luck?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I believe you make your own luck.
All right, I like that. I like that. But you've never had, okay, I am very, very superstitious in that way when it comes to Flyer basketball. If, like, there was a tournament down in Orlando several years back that I wore the same shirt all 3 games, and they won the tournament.
Okay, yeah.
But then I got back to Ohio for the next game. People were saying, why aren't you wearing the shirt? I go, I really think it has more to do with the guys wearing the short pants than it does whatever shirt the radio guys wear.
Yeah.
But no, I'll do that. I mean, I used to be like that when I played softball and back in high school days, baseball, stuff like that. So
yeah.
But not OCD like, you know?
Yeah.
Now, Brittany, your son, very involved in high school sports.
Yeah.
Does he have any superstitions? Or
No, he's lucky to have his uniform clean and wear it.
Okay.
So he's not superstitious about anything.
And McKenna, is she, out on the golf course, is she relying upon luck, or is she relying upon hours of practice?
Hours of practice and hard work, yeah.
Okay. And is she still playing?
She is, yeah. She does golf lessons every Wednesday.
Oh,
and
wow.
she was telling me the other day, like when the weather was so nice, she was like you, ready to get out on the course.
Yeah, I played last Wednesday. That's when I played.
Yeah, so she's looking forward to it.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, we hope you have a lucky day today as, it was a tough weekend as people had to dodge storms. That's our top story. With more details coming up, WHIO News Time is 5:58.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden Brew City fries, and boneless frickin' chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself, no judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Frickers 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today.
Whatever the weather outside, stay comfortable inside with Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality and comfort matter the most. Our cost-effective systems for your home or office and planned service will save you some bucks. Bucks. That's right, Sarah bucks. That will keep your wallet happy. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a reliable local family-owned company that always produces great results. This is Sarah Tanner. Call 299-2500 or go to tannerhvac.com to schedule today. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a name you can trust.
Resident Home Association has been providing quality services to individuals with developmental disabilities for over 57 years. We provide a safe environment with dependable staff that are compassionate and understanding of the needs of everyone we serve. We partner with the community to create opportunities for individuals to build friendships and experiences that will last a lifetime. If you would like to find out how you can help support making miracles come true, head over to rhadayton.com. That's rhadayton.com.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. Celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Larry Hansgen. Welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. We have 34 degrees in Dayton, and here are the big 3 things you need to know. Going to be sunny and dry today with a high near 50. Centerville holding a public meeting tonight as the city considers banning marijuana sales. And our top story, severe storms claimed the lives of at least 37 people.
Over this past weekend, it was very active with severe weather and tornadoes.
Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando says from March 14th to March 16th, there was a lot of activity across the eastern part of the U.S.
In a window from Friday to Sunday, there were over 230 tornado warnings that were issued across the entire U.S.
Yeah, now after a windy weekend here at home, Ryan says it will be nice, bright, sunny, and quiet today.
It is definitely chilly, though, this morning. Definitely feels like winter on this Monday morning. Right now, we have winds out of the northwest sustained anywhere from about 3 to 10 miles per hour. So that's definitely adding a wind chill. We have temperatures right near freezing right now. And when you factor in the winds, many of us are feeling like it's into the 20s.
So what can we expect to see later in the week? Stay tuned here. We'll bring you weather updates throughout the week right here on Dayton Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
It's seasonably sunny today. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Miranda. I'm tracking the next big system and our temperature roller coaster in the Storm Center 7 forecast coming up.
I'm not seeing any accidents or delays on the freeway for your morning commute this hour. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
And I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, we now know the teams playing in the first 4 games here in Dayton this week.
Alabama State will be playing against St. Francis Tuesday night, and San Diego State will face North Carolina also on Tuesday night. American and Mount St. Mary's will face off on Wednesday in the battle of the 16 seeds. And Xavier will travel up I-75 from Cincinnati to take on the Texas Longhorns in the late game Wednesday night.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor. Fun fact, local grad from Wayne High School, Juan Cranford Jr. plays for St. Francis.
Our news team is working to get answers about Darke County's first homicide of 2025.
Darke County deputies showed up to a home on State Route 571 Thursday and found Juanita Maloon shot and killed. Investigators told us her husband, Josiah Maloon, shot and killed her. He then asked another man, Randy Ward, to come to the home. When Ward arrived, Maloon shot him. Ward then took off and called 911. Deputies said Maloon chased him and caused a crash a few miles from the home. Maloon died. Medics flew Ward to the hospital.
That is News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
Just north of our studios, a former Montgomery County Fairgrounds staple is getting a renovation.
On Main has announced that the Roundhouse will be undergoing a stabilization and exterior renovation project starting this week and says they are redeveloping the entire 38-acre site. The funding, according to On Main, is partially thanks to $900,000 from Dayton area Congressman Mike Turner through a federal appropriations bill.
That's WHIO's Benjamin Fredkiss. On Main says they expect the work to be done late summer.
Now tonight, Centerville wants to hear from residents about marijuana businesses.
The city is holding a public hearing. City leaders are considering banning businesses from growing or selling both medical and recreational marijuana. A moratorium is set to expire in May. The meeting is at 7:30 inside council chambers.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa reporting.
In Dayton, the Kroger property on Wayne Avenue has been sold to a new owner.
According to records, the property was sold on February 27th. OCV Dayton LLC sold the property for $2.33 million. Wayne Avenue Investments LLC is the new owner of the property.
That's WHIO's Christine Bellino. Kroger Corporate Affairs Manager Jennifer Moore says Kroger will continue to lease that building.
A number of area schools are honored through Governor DeWine's Science of Reading Recognition Program.
Charles Huber Elementary in Huber Heights, Harold Schnell Elementary in West Carrollton, Milton Union Elementary, Monticello Elementary in Huber Heights, Northridge Elementary in Dayton, and Valley Forge Elementary in Huber Heights were all honored for their focus on literary achievement.
That is WHIO's Jason Michaels. A new group of schools will be honored each year.
2 astronauts who've been aboard the ISS for 9 months are slated to return to Earth this week. Fox's Jonathan Seri reports from Cape Canaveral.
Tuesday night is looking really good as far as weather conditions at splashdown sites, and so that is now what they are targeting. 4 new crew members arrived at the International Space Station.
The Crew 10 mission was expected to launch on Thursday night, but was scrubbed due to issues with the SpaceX rocket. WHI News Time 6:05.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News, now streaming on Hulu. Comedian Bill Burr's special, Drop Dead Years. He says he enjoys having a hostile crowd at his specials.
I like to try to annoy people a little bit, right to the point where they want to leave, but then you say something that makes them kind of stay. Because there was this thing when I started in comedy, like there was this big thing of guys walking the room, and there was like this big I don't know, badge of like courage thing was like, there was like, 200 people there. By the time he was done, there was only 30.
And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, what one Ohio senator thinks the impact of tariffs will be on American consumers. We've got that story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 6:06.
WHIO is Dayton's #1 local news station. No other radio station has the power of News Center 7. Local news matters. This is 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
We've been going to the same Skyline for 11 or 12 years now. When I see that familiar face at the drive-thru, it makes me feel good. Just making that connection, seeing them again. It's like going home. We always make sure that we eat as a family. And on the busier days, hitting the Skyline drive-thru is perfect for that. It's always a good experience, and everybody in the house is happy. We eat Skyline once a week for lunch or dinner. Yeah, sometimes it's 2 times a week. Skyline is definitely my family's favorite restaurant.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden Brew City fries, and boneless frickin' chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself. No judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Frickers 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin. It's amazing to consider all the things that are affected by the water quality in your home. Hair and skin, plumbing and appliances, laundry, and even the food you feed your family. I trust the water experts at Integrity Water Solutions, and you can too. They offer solutions to raise your water score so you can have the quality of water you want for your home and family. Visit Integrity Water Solutions at integritywtr.com and raise your water score.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
You're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on
degrees now at 6:08.
8 minutes after 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Radliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, this is Severe Weather Awareness Week in the state of Ohio. Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn says take time now to prepare a severe weather safe kit in your home.
Maybe you haven't touched your emergency kit in a while, so maybe check those supplies and make sure you're good to go. There's also a statewide tornado drill on Tuesday morning.
In addition, Nick suggests you find your home's tornado safe spot and perhaps consider the purchase of a NOAA weather radio.
And in a shocking development, North Macedonia's leaders vowing to hold those responsible to account after a nightclub fire at a town left 59 people dead and 155 injured.
The inferno sparked by stage pyrotechnics during a live concert swept through the overcrowded venue, exposing safety violations and alleged corruption. Authorities have detained 15 people and ordered a nationwide review of entertainment venue licenses. People as young as 16 were among the dead, and the toll may still rise.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
In case you missed it, Congress passed a continuing resolution to fund federal agencies through September. The bill passed with unlikely support from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who said a shutdown was the worst option. Ohio Democratic Congressman Greg Landman joined Fox News Live criticizing his party members who voted in favor.
Costs are getting worse. The economy's tanking, and this was an opportunity to fight back. People are looking for us to fight.
President Trump praised the Senate Minority Leader for supporting the bill.
President Trump also recently avoided questioning about if the U.S. will enter a recession, claiming consumers will see a period of transition. Ohio Republican Senator Bernie Moreno told Fox News Sunday he does not expect a recession.
You saw the new inflation report report, lowest inflation in 5 years. I think our trade relationships having been reset is a really good thing for Ohio and for the Midwest, which is fair and reciprocal trade.
The president has been subjected to criticism for his tariff plans.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
The Southeastern Conference dominated the men's brackets for this week's NCAA basketball tournament.
Of the 16 SEC teams, 14 made it to the big dance. Only LSU and South Carolina were left out. 2 SEC squads picked up number 1 seeds, Auburn in the South region and Florida in the West. The Gators are back in the tourney for the first time in 11 years. The last SEC squad to win the national title was Kentucky in 2012.
That's Fox's Bob Mortally. WHIO News Time 611.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast sponsored this morning by Enterprise Roofing. Enterprise Roofing has been repairing and replacing Dayton roofs for nearly 100 years. For a free assessment, visit enterpriserfg.com. And here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonally sunny on this St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be. But that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For your Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Live Doppler 7 radar clear, 32 in Springfield, 35 in Centerville, and 34 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at grismertire.com.
Here's an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
So far this morning, nothing is slowing down your commute weather-wise or accident-wise. We've had a really nice start to our Monday across the Miami Valley on this St. Patrick's Day. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Ted Lasso returning for a 4th season on Apple TV+. The new season is going to film in Kansas City before heading to the UK. Production will start in July. And still to come, Pope Francis seen for the first time since he entered the hospital. We've got that story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 6:13.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News. WHIO.
Hello. I am Jeff Bardonero, President for KeyBank in Dayton. We all believe in providing a helping hand in our communities, but while helping hands are wonderful, a helping bank can be even better. We are a bank that's committed to solving people's financial needs, but it just doesn't stop there. We advocate, we support, we listen, and we volunteer. That's a bank, regardless of circumstance, that is always ready to meet you in the moment. KeyBank, a relationship you can bank on.
Is your family aware of what's to happen to you after your passing? Are your wishes for a traditional burial or cremation? How will everything be paid for? Woodland Historic Cemetery and Arboretum encourages you to pre-plan these details. Inflation is felt by all of us. Planning ahead prevents emotional overspending and protects your family's interests. Why choose Woodland? Because it's beautiful, timeless, and still available. Advanced planning is the best gift you could give to your loved ones. Visit woodlandcemetery.org to request more information on pre-planning.
Hi, this is Larry Hansgen. It's amazing to consider all the things that are affected by the water quality in your home. Hair and skin, plumbing and appliances, laundry, and even the food you feed your family. I trust the water experts at Integrity Water Solutions, and you can too. They offer solutions to raise your water score so you can have the quality of water you want for your home and family. Visit Integrity Water Solutions at integritywtr.com and raise your water score.
Craving something freaking awesome? Indulge in a delicious 3-for-all. That's your choice of 2 sliders, crispy golden brucity fries, and boneless freaking chicken wings, all for just $12.99. Perfect for sharing or keep it all for yourself. No judgment. Enjoy a personal pitcher of ice-cold domestic draft for only $6.99. Enjoy all the games, Frickers 3-for-all, and an ice-cold pitcher of domestic draft. Your neighborhood home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers has it all. Dine in, carry out, or order online at frickers.com today.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
There have been such ugly scams that have been reported on heavily lately about people getting ripped off, conned on meme coins. And meme coins are different than crypto. They almost start out, in many cases, almost like a joke. It's been very easy for crooked promoters to promote them, run the value up, and then cash out before they collapse. And if you're interested in crypto, a little knowledge is really dangerous. The more you know, the better off you're going to be. And so be very cautious with putting any money in crypto till you really understand it. Not put in any money that you have to eat or pay bills or anything like that. And know the latest meme coin is going to burn you just like the last meme coins did.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. Together with the resources of News Center 7, you're on Dayton's #1 news team. Now, back to Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
616, I'm Larry Hansgen. 34 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be sunny and dry today. High near 50. Now, today's the day that state workers in Ohio must return to the office full-time. And our top story, severe weather rips through the nation.
At least 36 people killed across the eastern part of the U.S. as a result of severe storms. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
From March 14th to March 16th, in a window from Friday to Sunday, there were over 230 tornado warnings that were issued across the entire U.S.
Yeah, so what can we expect to see here in the Miami Valley this week? Well, Ryan is back with your full 5-day weather forecast in just minutes.
Our news team working to learn who died in a fire in Clark County. It happened Friday on Milton Carlisle Road.
You can see smoke and flames covering this home. Investigators told us one person died and 2 firefighters got hurt. They will be okay. State Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire.
That's News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
And stock market news, shares have advanced in Asia, though they gave up much of their early strong gains after President Trump vowed to press ahead with more tariffs hikes despite worries over the economy and markets. China reported stronger than expected factory data today.
President Trump says he'll speak to Russian President Putin tomorrow.
President Trump said his team was making good progress toward ending the war in Ukraine, which began when Russia invaded 3 years ago. The U.S. leader suggested there could be an announcement of some kind tomorrow, and he said there's talk of dividing up certain assets to reach an agreement.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
Now we're constantly updating stories for you with new details. Pope Francis making progress towards recovery in his latest health scare. As Fox's John Scott brings us a report.
The Vatican releasing a photo of Pope Francis for the first time in more than a month as he spends his 5th Sunday in a Rome hospital fighting a lung infection. The photo shows the 88-year-old pontiff co-celebrating Mass in the hospital chapel. He's been in the hospital since Valentine's Day. The Vatican says his condition is now stable.
And the Vatican added that the pontiff still needs hospital medical therapy, motor, and respiratory therapy.
Well, snow did not keep residents of the south side of Chicago from having their annual St. Patrick's Day parade Sunday.
For the 47th time, people young and old, Irish in heritage and in spirit, came out to celebrate the Southside Irish Parade. But while Saturday's highs in the city hit the upper 60s, it was a much different story on Sunday.
That's Fox's Scott Schneider. WHIO News Time 619.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Let's look at our 5-day extended forecast now with Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonally sunny on the St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be. But that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Our live Doppler 7 radar clear 32 in Springfield, 31 in Greenville, and 34 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
An update. Our traffic expert, Jake Magnato.
So far, getting to work, not an issue for us on this Monday. There are no highway slowdowns right now. As far as how long it's taking to get into Dayton right now on 75 north from I-675 to Route 35 at 9 miles. The drive time is 9 minutes. I'm Jake Magnato.
Don Gorski of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, ate his 35,000th Big Mac on Saturday. Don is a Big Mac enthusiast. He's been eating 2 Big Macs a day for almost 50 years. He's kept every receipt from his meals, and Don attributes his good health to walking 6 miles a day. Still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, growing concerns over kidney health. The subject of our in-depth impact story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 621.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to Dayton at the Victoria Theater Saturday, June 21st. Buy your tickets now at DaytonLive.org. Part of the WHIO 90th anniversary celebration. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. Dayton's weather, traffic, and Fox News station. You know?
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
Gosh, it feels like it's been so many years I've talked about skimming scams. That's where main target, you go to pay at a pump at a gas station, and a criminal has put a little device there that captures the number on your credit or debit card. Well, new reports from law enforcement show that this scam is actually growing again, and you need to be aware that if you pay at the pump, do not do it with a debit card unless you can tap to pay. In fact, the best way to pay at the pump or at the pumps that now offer the ability for you to pay with Apple Pay or Google Wallet. Those are the safest ways for you to pay pretty much anywhere anyway, because every time you do a transaction, even if a criminal's hacking, it sends a unique one-time code that's useless to them.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. The 50,000-watt giant of Miami Valley Radio. From Lima to Kentucky, Columbus to Indianapolis. The station that cares about every town in between. We love this region as much as you do. Covering weather, traffic, and news is still our #1 priority. Nothing is more important as keeping radio local, in touch with the community, and relevant to you and your family. Welcome to the legendary 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on it.
Hey, it's Todd from the Evening Edge on WHIO Radio. I know it's many months away, but this summer, WHIO Radio is celebrating Independence Day with the city of Beaver Creek. It'll be a terrific patriotic day with a parade, family fun festivities, and a spectacular fireworks display. This event is part of the WHIO Radio 90th Anniversary Hometown Celebration, and the city of Beaver Creek is looking for additional sponsors to partner with. Thousands of residents will be there celebrating Independence Day, and if you're a local business and would like to be part of this patriotic event, please visit beavercreekohio.gov/sponsorships for details, or call the City of Beaver Creek Parks, Recreation, and Culture Division at 937-427-5514. That's 937-427-5514. And celebrate Independence Day with WHIO Radio and the City of Beaver Creek.
Degrees now at 624.
24 minutes after 6 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, spring arrives this week, and with it, the chance of severe weather along with possible tornadoes. But you can prepare now for the severe weather to come.
It's a good idea to practice your severe weather action plans. Make sure you have a kit ready to go. Maybe you haven't touched your emergency kit in a while, so maybe check those supplies.
Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn suggests you find your tornado safe spot and consider buying a NOAA weather radio.
Now, here is a WHIO impact story, which means we go in-depth on a major story every hour.
The National Institutes of Health say fixing your kidney problems is a life or death issue.
Now, Fox's Lisa Brady takes us in depth on this story.
March is National Kidney Month, a time to raise awareness about kidney disease. The National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases says this year's focus is on taking charge of your health and the factors that go into managing kidney disease. The agency suggests several lifestyle habits, including meeting regularly with your healthcare team, managing blood pressure and blood glucose levels, taking medicine as prescribed. Also, aim for a healthy weight or start a weight loss plan. Reduce stress and increase physical activity. Make time for sleep. And lastly, quit smoking.
And for future news that impacts you and your health, stay tuned to your hometown station here, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
2 astronauts who have been aboard the ISS for 9 months are slated to return to Earth this week. Fox's Jonathan Seri reports from Cape Canaveral.
Tuesday night is looking really good as far as weather conditions at splashdown sites, and so that is now what they are targeting. 4 new crew members arrived at the International Space Station.
The Crew 10 mission was expected to launch on Thursday night, but was scrubbed due to issues with the SpaceX rocket.
And the U.S. and Iran backed Houthi rebels in Yemen are both vowing escalation. This after the U.S. launched airstrikes to deter the rebels from attacking military and commercial vessels in one of the world's busiest shipping corridors.
The Houthi-run health ministry says the U.S. strikes killed at least 53 people. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the strikes will continue until the Houthis are no longer capable of controlling which ships go through. And President Trump has vowed to use overwhelming lethal force and warned that Iran would be held fully accountable for the rebels' actions.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
A painful weekend for movie studios at the box office as the film Novocaine earns the top spot on the lowest grossing weekend of the year.
Jack Quaid's action comedy Novocaine topped a painfully slow weekend at the box office with $8.7 million.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
That's Fox's Kathleen Maloney. WHI News Time 627.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. The pain of financial problems can be eased if you start following the advice of your consumer warrior, Clark Howard. Great stuff online right now at Clark.com, as well as this morning's Clark Howard Tip of the Day.
There's a new all-points bulletin from the IRS for you to be aware of scammers redoubling their efforts this year to pretend to be the IRS, sending you emails or texts about an upcoming refund or a problem with your taxes or something like that. Do not bite. Do not click on any link in any text you get pretending to be from the IRS or any email that says it's from the IRS and to click wherever. If there's an issue with the IRS, how are they going to notify you? Old-fashioned snail mail. So any of these texts or emails you're getting are completely flat out a con trying to steal your identity or steal your money. This is Clark Howard.
Hello, I am Jeff Bardonero, president for KeyBank in Dayton. At KeyBank, we are all about looking out for our fellow neighbors. We understand that as a bank, we have both the ability and the responsibility to help others succeed. Maybe they are looking for that car to buy. Maybe they are trying to tackle their growing debt. Or maybe they simply want to do more with what they have worked so hard for. KeyBank is here to meet them in that moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Attention job seekers! KTH Parts Industries is expanding their top-notch automotive manufacturing team. Join the second shift with starting pay at $21.66 per hour. Enjoy competitive pay and benefits while making an impact through innovative work. Ready to take the next step? Visit kth.net today.
The answer is yes. Now, what is the question? At A1 Mechanical Heating and Cooling, we put the customer first and are proud to say that we install over 2,000 new homes every year. We believe in performing great work at affordable prices, whether new installs or repair and maintenance, providing customers with year-round comfort. At A1 Mechanical, we truly are locally owned and comfort-driven. Call us today at 937-637-9632 or visit a1mechanicalus.com.
WHIO, Dayton Springfield. celebrating our 90th year as the Miami Valley's leading news station. Weather, traffic, and breaking news starts now.
Good morning. It's 6:30. I'm Larry Hansgen. Welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on this Monday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. We got 34 degrees in Dayton, and here are the big three things you need to know. Going to be sunny and dry today, a high near 50. An abandoned building in downtown Dayton partially collapses. And our top story, at least 36 people have died following a weekend of severe weather.
53 confirmed tornadoes. The surveys are ongoing to see how strong the storms were and the paths that they crossed, which in some cases were miles and miles.
That's Fox News' Janice Dean. She says it wasn't just the tornadoes that caused devastation. It was rainfall as well.
Yeah, she has a look at estimated precipitation totals.
3 to 5 inches of heavy rainfall. We saw flash flooding events and very large hail, as well as damaging straight line winds. So the system is now exiting offshore. That's the good news, but people are waking up to just devastation.
Here at home, we're back to winter weather conditions with temperatures just in the 30s this morning. The wind chill making it feel more like the 20s.
Yeah, so what can we expect to see later in the week? Well, stay tuned here. We're going to bring you weather updates throughout the week here on Dayton's weather station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Luck of the Irish today. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando. I'm tracking the next best chance of rain in the Storm Center 7 forecast coming up.
If you're heading out to the freeway, travel times are normal so far this morning. I'm Jake Magnotta with Dayton's most frequent traffic.
And I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
In Dayton, police investigating a reported shooting late last night.
Around 11:21 p.m., crews were dispatched to City View Terrace on reports of a shooting. Montgomery County Regional Dispatch Sergeant confirmed that police are investigating the scene. It is unclear if a victim has been located at this time.
That's WHIO's Will Taylor.
Now, people in our community excited for the start of March Madness as Dayton will be hosting the first four this week. News Center 7's Malik Patterson reports from UD Arena.
UD staff told me that they've been working nonstop to get this place ready to host the first four, saying that they are so excited for this tournament to start already. And people that I spoke to in the community said it's an honor that they carry with pride.
Now, the first four is scheduled to tip off at UD Arena at 6:40 p.m. tomorrow.
We've learned that a fire ripped through a Kettering playground Friday night.
A play structure at the State Farm Park has been burned to the ground. A photo of the fire was posted online by EKRC Baseball and Softball, who regularly play in the park. Our news team has reached out to the city of Kettering for information on the damage and possible repairs.
That's WHIO's Benjamin Frigkiss.
In Montgomery County, the ongoing construction project on I-75 will cause the extended closure of one access point to the interstate later this month.
Starting March 24th, the ramp from Needmore Road to southbound I-75 will be closed for 60 days, according to the Ohio Department of Transportation. A detour will take drivers to the on-ramp at Stanley Avenue. This project is part of the reconstruction of I-75 between Needmore Road and Leo Street.
There's WHIO's Christine Bellino. The start date and length of the closure are weather dependent.
A 15-year-old has died. Now her killer is in jail waiting to learn his sentence.
In November of 2023, Tommy Moreland shot Heaven Washington while she was in a moving car at Turner Road and Philadelphia Drive in Harrison Township. But prosecutors said she was not Moreland's intended target. A jury found Moreland guilty of 2 counts of murder and other charges.
That's WHIO's Parker Testa reporting.
A local dog trainer who stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from dog owners and mistreated some of the animals avoids a prison sentence.
Jason Jones was convicted on 181 counts, including theft and cruelty to animals. Jones is sentenced to probation and also ordered to pay over $341,000 restitution.
That is WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. 2 other people who worked at Dayton Dog Trainer LLC pleaded guilty. It will be sentenced March the 21st.
A pair of crosstown rivals from Los Angeles earned #1 seeds for the upcoming NCAA women's basketball tournament.
Big Ten champ UCLA is the overall #1 seed. The Bruins head into the tournament with a 30-2 mark. That includes a victory over USC in the Big Ten title contest. The Trojans also claimed a top seed. They'll take on UNC Greensboro. Defending national champ South Carolina went 30-3 with an SEC crown. The Gamecocks will open up the tournament against Tennessee Tech.
That's Fox's Bob Mortali. WHIO News Time 6:35.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News, and the Dayton Flyers are going to play in the NIT this week as one of the 4 number 1 seeds in the 32-team field. The Flyers' NCAA hopes vanished on Friday with a 73-68 overtime loss to St. Joseph's in the A-10 quarterfinals. Coach Anthony Grant after the game.
Probably too soon to reflect on whether or not the need to be as resilient as we had to be. Some of those situations were avoidable. Some of it is just the game. It's just the way the game goes.
And with the UD Arena hosting the first 4, the Flyers will play on the road at Florida Atlantic in Boca Raton Wednesday night at 7 o'clock with a Bud Light pregame show beginning at 6 right here on the home of the Flyers. And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News. Now they're cleaning up the streets in Springfield. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:36.
WHIO is Dayton's #1 weather station. You'll hear the severe weather updates several times an hour with our team led by meteorologist Austin Cheney. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Depend on.
The answer is yes. Now, what is the question? At A1 Mechanical Heating and Cooling, we put the customer first and are proud to say that we install over 2,000 new homes every year. We believe in performing great work at affordable prices, whether new installs or repair and maintenance, providing customers with year-round comfort. At A1 Mechanical, we truly are locally owned and comfort-driven. Call us today at 937-637-9632 or visit a1mechanicalus.com.
Attention job seekers! KTH Parts Industries is expanding their top-notch automotive manufacturing team. Join the second shift with starting pay at $21.66 per hour. Enjoy competitive pay and benefits while making an impact through innovative work. Ready to take the next step? Visit kth.net today.
Carts and Parts is your home for all things golf car. With 0% financing options available for qualified buyers, you can get that golf car you've always wanted.
Call us today or visit us online at cartsandparts.com. That's cartsandparts.com.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
Tax season. So the tax code is designed specifically to discourage rapid fire trading, because when you do a buy and sell in less than a year, you're punished by the tax code with punitive tax rates. Or you can look at it in the reverse. When you hold something more than a year, you get preferential, much lower capital gains tax. The difference between ordinary income tax and capital gains tax. If it's really important to scratch that itch, to do rapid fire trading, anything like that, have some money you devote to that. But the money that's really going to matter needs to be Dullsville. Widely diversified investing, index funds that are very low cost to develop meaningful wealth over time. If it's about the sport, then it's not about creating financial security.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. On this St. Patrick's Day, cabbage shipments increased by 70% this week. We've got 33 degrees now at 6:38.
22 minutes before 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, the Miami Valley and the state of Ohio marking another severe weather awareness week this week. Last year, there were 74 tornadoes in the state of Ohio.
Just as a bit of a staggering statistic, I went back to 1950. We average about 4 tornadoes every year. In our viewing area last year, we had 25.
Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn suggests you find the tornado safe spot, make an emergency kit, and consider buying a weather radio.
Now, you will notice some no parking signs as one of our cities starts to remove 600 tons of debris from the streets.
Springfield annual street sweeping today after crews put up no parking signs yesterday to warn drivers about the sweeping. They're starting in the southwest part of the city.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
Well, we have some new information in Thursday's deadly shooting and crash in Darke County.
Deputies say 57-year-old Joe Malone beat his wife, 53-year-old Juanita Malone, and shot her to death inside a home on State Route 571. He then shot and chased 47-year-old Randy Ward, who had come to the house for a transaction. Both Malone and Ward crashed on Coldtown Lightsville Road, killing Malone.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting. Ward is still being treated at Miami Valley Hospital.
Now, Congress passing a continuing resolution to fund federal agencies through September, narrowly avoiding a partial government shutdown. Now, the bill passed with unlikely support from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who said a shutdown was the worst option.
Ohio Democrat Congressman Greg Landsman joined Fox News Live. He's critical of the measure and his party members who voted in favor of it.
What this does is accelerate these chaotic tariffs that have rocked the stock market, that made put us in a recession.
The Senate voted 54-46 on the measure, which needed 51 votes to pass, and President Trump praised the Senate Minority Leader for supporting the bill.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
And meanwhile, Ohio Republican Senator Bernie Moreno tells Fox News Sunday President Trump's tariffs will be positive for the auto industry.
We sell about 4 million cars in America that are made in Mexico and Canada. Those cars were once made in Ohio, in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Indiana. We need to bring that manufacturing back.
Well, the president has been subjected to criticism for his tariff plans. WHIO News Time, 641.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News as we take a look at our 5-day extended forecast sponsored by Enterprise Roofing. Enterprise Roofing has been repairing and replacing Dayton roofs for nearly 100 years. For a free assessment, visit enterpriserfg.com. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonally sunny on this St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be. But that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Our live Doppler 7 radar clear 32 in Springfield, 32 in Beaver Creek, and 33 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at grismertire.com.
And now here's an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnato.
Still not seeing anything in our way for the Monday morning drive. Taking a look at 675 south from I-70 to Route 35. If you are driving through Fairborn into Beaver Creek, 13-mile drive here. It's going to take 11 minutes. I'm Jake Magnato.
Now the Bengals extending their star wide receiver duo of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins each to record-breaking contracts worth a combined $276 million. Chase will sign a 4-year extension worth $161 million, $112 million guaranteed, which makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Higgins also inks a 4-year deal worth $115 million, the first 2 years guaranteed. And still to come, no more remote work for a large group of employees. We've got that story in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:43.
This is the Miami Valley's home for Fox News. WHIO.
It's for This Week in History. I'm Ron Otto. March 17th, 432, St. Patrick, around 16 years old at the time, is captured by Irish pirates from his home in Great Britain and taken as a famer Chuck Berry dies. March 19th, 2003, airstrikes by an American and British-led coalition signal the beginning of the Iraq War.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war.
And March 21st, 1975, country music superstars George Jones and Tammy Wynette divorce after 6 years of marriage. For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto.
This is the legendary WHIO, Dayton's only 24-hour news station. Using the power of News Center 7, we have dozens of reporters all over the Miami Valley.
News Center 7's Caleb.
Breaking news when it happens. We're the home of Dayton's only all-news morning show, Miami Valley's Morning News.
This is Larry Hansgen.
Then, throughout the day, listen for updated local news every 15 minutes. When breaking news happens, we stop what we're doing and go wall to wall. This is 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's easy to see the dirt in the dustpan. But what about the dirt you're breathing? At McAfee, we take air quality seriously. For over 3 decades, our thorough process for cleaning the ducts in your home is unlike any other in the area. From start to finish, we believe in using state-of-the-art equipment and advanced technical training to do the job right. Your family deserves clean air. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Dayton's only all-local news radio station. The power of WHIO Radio and News Center 7 means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
647, I'm Larry Hansgen, 33 degrees in Dayton. Big 3 things you need to know, sunny and dry today with a high near 50. The Vatican releases a picture of Pope Francis celebrating Mass in the hospital. And our top story, killer tornadoes in some parts of the nation this weekend.
At least 36 people were killed across the eastern U.S. Fox News' Janice Dean.
53 confirmed tornadoes. The surveys are ongoing to see how strong the storms were and the paths that they crossed, which in some cases were miles and miles.
On top of the rain, there was heavy rainfall resulting in flash flooding in some areas.
Destination Dayton says the first 4 kicks off a busy year of events coming to the Miami Valley.
He said the first 4 is among the biggest in terms of money from people who don't live here. There's also the Winter Guard International, or WGI, Hamvention in Greene County, the Dayton Air Show in Vandalia, the Air Force Marathon in Fairborn, and the Adidas Warrior Memorial Day Classic, a youth soccer tournament in Beaver Creek.
That's News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
State employees will return to the office full-time today.
This is because of an executive order Governor Mike DeWine signed last month. This involves workers at state agencies, boards, and commissions.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
Well, on the south side of Chicago, snow did not keep residents from having their annual St. Patrick's Day parade yesterday. Fox's Scott Schneider reports.
In Gaelic, they'd call what stout-hearted parade goers dealt with Schnachta. Here in Chicago, we call it typical March snowfall. Even the wee ones brace the elements to spread a little Irish cheer.
The Southside Irish Parade usually draws more than 100,000 people a year.
Now, construction on the border wall between the U.S. and Mexico has begun again under the Trump administration. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was in Arizona yesterday and posted a video of herself on X at the portion of the wall that was started during the first Trump term.
Right at this spot, you can see where the border wall ends. As of today, we're starting 7 new miles of construction. We're going to continue to make America safe again.
Now, she said 7 new miles of construction. Once again, there has begun. WHIO News Time 649.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Let's take a look ahead. Our 5-day extended forecast with Storm Center 7 meteorologist Ryan Mirando.
It is seasonally sunny on the St. Patrick's Day with a high right near 50 degrees, which is where we should be, but that means most of today is in the 40s. That sunshine, though, really makes a big difference. For your Tuesday, highs are back up near 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the south. Now, winds really pick up on Wednesday. Could be gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. That makes highs in the 70s Wednesday afternoon. Rain arriving late in the evening Wednesday, overnight, and lingering around into your Thursday morning as highs crash into the mid-40s on Thursday afternoon, back into the mid-50s on Friday with a nice sunny end to the week.
Live Doppler 7 radar clear. We've got 32 in Springfield, 35 in Bellbrook, and 33 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
And now here's an update with our traffic expert, Jake Magnotta.
Traffic really starting to pick up on I-75 downtown, I-70 near Springfield, and on 675 near the base in Beaver Creek. But all of these spots, there were no accidents, and traffic continues to move well. I'm Jake Magnotta.
Still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, a long-term view on the U.S. economy. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 6:51.
WHIO's Brian Kilmeade here. I am coming to